one tooth that was like holding like the other one was like, I miss my homie. It's like,
Oh man.
like, wait a minute, it was loose too. They're like, yeah.
Oh
That guy
no.
no.
Oh
Like,
no.
Oh no, dude.
That's
Yeah.
bueno. No bueno.
But, it's still Dr. Morency, so in case you're wondering, it's John Morency's dad that does all this stuff. But yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah, man, he's awesome.
I didn't even know he was a dentist.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, he's like he graduated from Harvard. He's awesome. Like he's really good.
Harvard's known for dentistry.
Wow.
Harvard School of Dentistry.
I mean, Harvard's Harvard.
I mean,
True.
yeah, Harvard is Harvard.
True.
I mean,
But, yeah, he's good.
Turn this
And you know how like I'm a big chicken. I was like, that's I trust.
Yeah.
dude, I cannot stand anybody touching my teeth at this point.
Fair enough. Hey, anyone online?
Right near where I work.
Can someone?
I'm on the thing. Yeah.
Is it
The
up?
wait pre-show. Yeah.
Cool. It seems to be working. All right. Cool. Cool.
Before
Cool.
anyway.
Cool. All right. Well,
I'm not listening to it, but yeah, it's there.
nice. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Because I don't trust
By
myself.
the way, I would like to, since we're all here, formally apologize for Nathan almost getting everybody Discord sick the other day.
Oh, it's fine.
So, like, was there a link that you deleted later or something?
Yeah, so what
Okay.
happened was he did the thing that he fell for the classic ruse of like a friend, somebody he met in like a Minecraft lobby,
Well, that's his first problem. Mine.
found him on Discord and was like, here's this gift sub for you, and he clicked it and it sent to every contact and every group he's in.
No.
Nice.
And here's the fun part, because he's friends with a bunch of other dumb little kids.
They click it too.
Yes.
No. Here's the thing. They not that.
Oh.
They didn't get that far. They were smart enough.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
but they
Slightly
have,
less
like,
dumb kids.
They have like 30 channel. They have like 30 Discord servers
Jesus.
set up, and each it's just like a bunch of the same kids in the same these servers.
It's a giant.
Just like one of those cool person's goons. Here, I'm telling you the name of some of these. Joe's Lounge,
No.
Pixelmon to go. They just like when they feel like
Pixelmon
talking
to
about something,
They
or if they
create
get
a
like
channel for it.
one new friend, they'll create a channel. So it's sent to like it's sent to all of them multiple times, and I'm at work. It's sitting here like going through one by one, and there's no way to like mass delete. So I'm going through message by message, deleting, like click and hold, click and hold, click and hold.
Oh
I
man.
realize
Actually,
you've made a grave error.
actually,
my
it's a
God.
good. How do you say it? Like a lesson. It's like, listen, you
It
got to
sure
go
is.
back and undo all these.
Dude, that's not what it
That'll learn
was
them.
on.
So
What do you
yeah,
would?
he was in jail for a day.
Yes.
I mean, it was an honest mistake. So
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
too
Of
mad.
course, it didn't seem malicious
It-
at all.
It gave me a good chance to review all the stuff that he's been doing in his channels, and
Mm.
it confirmed that my son is a sweet little nerd, and everything in there is just nonsensical
Congratulations.
game garbage. The
You did
only
good,
thing.
Tim.
The only thing he got in trouble for, okay, so there was the one channel where he was using some salty language, and I
Oh,
did talk
salty
about that.
language.
yeah.
Yep.
But and then one channel, this was funny. This one channel he got. Okay, I don't know. Do you know what X-ray is in Minecraft?
No.
So,
No.
you know, so I mean, basically, what it does is it ignores. It lets you see through all dirt,
Okay.
so
Oh,
you can
you cheat.
find. Yeah, it's a cheat. So you can find resources.
Okay.
And apparently
son.
apparently he got banned from one of his channels for from one
Oh,
of his
no.
groups for using it. He got
Nice.
busted because he kept you go in there and they're in diamonds in 10 seconds.
Oh my God.
So
It's
he got busted, and I saw
Minecraft
the little
5.0.
message string where he got banned and unbanned.
Oh no.
Nice.
You're all like,
Promise I won't do it again. Don't tell my dad.
they throw him up against a
Basically.
car and they what is it? They handcuff him and shit.
Something like that.
Oh my god.
Oh, that'd be kind of funny though. All right, I'll be right back. Well, you guys can start. I'll make it live.
You'll catch the hell up.
Yes. I have to get some.
Catch the fuck up.
Yes, I have to catch the food outside of that's cooking. So, all right, we're good to go.
Yes, good. Yes. Yes.
Sorry. Speaking of Minecraft, I'm reading this this book with Ian the series called Diary of an 8-Bit Warrior. And
Oh,
it's, by the way, Tim, you
Did
guys
I
should.
do we have that?
I
That
hope you
sounds
do.
familiar.
We're reading it on the digital format,
Excuse me.
and it's a series. I don't know how far it goes, but it's just hilarious. Anyway, what was that I was just thinking about that made me think about that? Forget it. Doesn't matter. You should look at that series sometime with Nathan if you haven't already. It's
We're
amazing.
getting old. Okay.
Yep.
Hey, do we have a Diary of an 8-Bit Warrior? Or what is it? Diary of an 8-Bit what?
Yeah.
Diary
that's right.
of an 8-Bit warrior.
8-Bit
Diary
Warrior.
of an 8-Bit Warrior? From no? Okay, no. She says
Diary
no.
of an 8-Bit warrior.
Okay.
We'll have to look it up.
Yep.
He just got through the Cat Warrior series,
Mm-hmm.
Cat warriors.
and he's just starting the Chronicles of Narnia.
Oh, sweet.
He's about three books into that. Yeah, he just finishes. I say, yeah, that's what she said. I say just starting. He reads fast. So
Yeah.
he's
I'm
like
sorry. The Chronic what?
Chronicles of Narnia.
The Chronic what? I'm just kidding. Sorry.
I'm just you're terrible. Knowles of Narnia. Yeah. Oh, anyway, yeah, they started like a week ago, and he's already 3 books through.
Nice.
The boy is a legend.
Yes. Crazy.
Yeah, we've only done Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe with him, but that was years ago,
yeah.
actually.
Well,
I mean, I don't mean like a decade ago. I mean,
You start getting them on the hard stuff,
couple
like,
years ago.
like Terry Pratchett. You gotta start getting them young.
No, you gotta start Tolkien. Just go.
well, now you
Terry
joke,
Pratchett, of
but
course.
when I was reading to Nathan before he could pay much attention to what was going on, I did read all the Hobbit The Hobbit
Oh,
and
well,
all the Lord of
sure.
the Rings to him,
Well, sure.
but he didn't know
Before you can pay much attention to what's going on, you just go
exactly.
read
But that's when
whatever.
but that's
like
when
Terry
you
Pratchett.
like skip over the parts about like the goblins and stuff because I didn't want to scare him. So
Right.
basically it was a book about a long walk and some adventures.
I intend to
About
fully
a
scar my
long
child. I plan to fully
Say what?
scar my child.
Let's
yeah?
see.
Oh, she said he reads Terry Pratchett now.
Oh, does
man.
he?
There you go.
Yeah.
Discworld.
Disco,
Disco
great.
World?
No,
Oh
Disco.
my gosh.
Full of Sky.
Yeah, man.
This kid's a fiend.
Yep.
He's an actual
It's
fiend.
we have the thing is we have to keep books in his hand, especially when we drive around because he doesn't like to just sit in the car.
Yeah.
So it's either that or a phone or a tablet or something, or we'd rather have him have a book. So he just goes through them like crazy.
All right,
Yes.
I'm back. Sorry.
Missed you.
Oh, I do have one quick anecdote. It's pretty pathetic and sad. I'm eating day-old pizza with a bowl of rice.
I'll take it. That's exactly what I was just thinking about. Sorry, in this Diary of an
the
8-Bit
Minecraft.
Warrior, if in case you don't know Minecraft, like there are some generic people who are the creator kind of people like Steve and Mike, who are these. Yeah. Anyway, so Steve and Mike have actually apparently they've entered the world. They've troned into this place, into this Minecraft world, Minecraftia, and so they're in this village with the main character, and they were having this conversation about where apparently Steve was having this for the 1000th time this conversation about you should be able to make pizza though, right? So it's like pizza. I mean, just anything that we could do it if we could just look. They have bread, they have crust for pie. You can make a pizza. Well, it's like but they have milk.
Uh-huh.
It's like can you do butter? No. Damn it. It's like,
We have all the things
what about
necessary.
apple pie? They have apples. They have pumpkins. They have pumpkin pie.
Wait,
Surely
there
you
is?
can make an apple pie. Damn it.
Is there not apple
Oh,
pie?
jeez.
No.
You're right. There's
So-
cake and there's
said-
pumpkin pie.
He
You're
goes,
right.
so what about butter? Dude, I've gone through so many times I've used milk for ages on a crafting table and it hasn't worked. Anyway,
Mm.
yeah. So last time,
Segue.
first of all, y'all are back into Nagora, and last time, let's see, where have I put you somewhere? Your group?
Or by the boat. We were by the boat anyway.
We talked to the lady.
Yeah,
Yes,
we
we
talked
did.
to the
I'm
lady.
just trying to. I was looking for where I've put y'all. But anyway, yes. So you've had some interesting adventures in Nagora so far.
We were getting
Um,
ready to go. Yeah. That's right.
You
We
stayed
drank
overnight
the-
in the inn
Yeah.
over by the in the center left of town. You've been to the market. You've been up to the northwest to visit your friends Ginger Rock and her parents. You've been over to Zaria's place.
Acid with a witch.
Yes, and you
What?
each yes, that's right. You
Those mushrooms. Come
you
on.
dropped acid. You dropped a little LSD in your tea, and you each had your own experience of what that was like. But one common experience that you had after drinking the tea is that you all are confident that you know, even though you couldn't draw a map how to get there, you are confident of how to reach the Elder at this point. But you've also all gotten some messages during that time, during that experience as well as you were doing that. Also, don't forget that in that night you spent at the inn, there was a violent murder somewhere not too far in town, and you were questioned about it. You, when you first woke up in the morning, Seka MC's boots were in a puddle of blood, and there was blood smeared on part of his sword, rapier rather, and then after cleaning that up, then you came downstairs and found that the innkeeper was cleaning up blood from downstairs as well, and you had found smears of blood on the steps that were leading upstairs. Anyway, you were detained briefly. They finally let you go, and then you did all this stuff. So that's where that is. So now it's later in the day after all your adventures, and y'all are starting to think, okay, maybe we're heading out. Maybe we're doing other stuff. But some of you have had some other plans as well that might keep you in the area longer. But that's up to y'all. You also have 3 skeletons and a largish furry zombie smelling up the place wherever you go at the moment too.
Yes. And I need a deodorizing spell.
Greg, I think is the name.
Greg, yes.
Greg. Greg, and
By the way,
And regular Greg.
yes.
Zombies in 5e are pretty cool. Because they have a chance to survive even on a killing blow. So
Oh, I didn't know that part.
yeah, that's pretty fun.
Nice.
Anyway,
So Greg has
first
a high
time I learned
survivability.
about that was it was actually listening to the beginnings of the Mighty Nine on when that adventure started from Critical Role. Because they were getting into this fight in the circus, and they were fighting these people who kept becoming zombies all around them, and they would, like, somebody would go and, like, their monk would crack one across the skull, and he'd roll and goes, okay, you see the head whip back and then crack back forward again and keep coming at you, like, oh, that's not good.
Nice.
Yep.
So what happens if you turn them? Do they just disintegrate?
Depends on what happens, but actually I can't really remember. Good thing you don't have a cleric with you right now. I don't
good
have
point.
to remember.
Damn it.
I think it depends on, if I remember, it was hit points. It's kind of like the sleep spell. It's like you do X hit points, and so if you do enough damage, it'll.
Yeah, but I know at like some high level they just disintegrate or something, right?
Because I remember I got lucky. I got lucky with that one shot.
Well, that was
That one time using.
That's true, but
to
that was
rob it.
we were playing 3.5 when you did that.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh.
When you blasted those
Vargos
flying
out of the sky.
undead out of the sky. Yes,
That was awesome.
it was pretty cool.
You know, it occurred to me. Sorry. Quick side. It occurred to me the other day. I'm kind of regretting almost now not carrying her into this world.
Well, you know,
Because you remember that was like That was like we got the choice to do it, and I'm like, yeah, I think
Yes.
Rollo just really is gung ho and wants to do it. Like,
Well, but you also were role playing it too. You were saying that
yeah,
because of the revenge kind of instinct that
right.
that
That she
Saramin
has.
had that she would not wanting to flee. She was wanting to stay there and fight. So yeah. Yep.
Cool.
Okay. So, so there has been talk of. I know that the wizard among you has all kinds of things that you could accomplish if you had a few days to do that. So
Yeah.
there's that part. The last time we were in the market, there was talk with Two Shadows about what he could do with all of the paraphernalia that he's collected over the last several days.
And the skin.
It's
and I-
quite disgusting.
Yes. And so there's all that. Plus, there's just that the elder is there, waiting kind of there, and that y'all are trying to get the hell out of this world. So, what would y'all like to do?
I need to go back. I
So-
have things. I have suggestions.
In the market, you mean?
Yes.
And the wizard, you mean Tony wants to
Yes.
make more dead people or unmake dead people?
I'm trying to make friends.
Yes.
I'm being very sociable.
And I had an idea that I'm not sure if it would come to anything, but when we showed up and we woke up morning one and we're basically somebody was trying to frame us.
Yes.
I mean, there's a couple of possibilities here. Somebody in the town doesn't like outsiders, whatever, spotted us on the way in. But it suddenly dawned on me, do we have any enemies yet? Who have we pissed off? We fought that gang of thugs out in the night in the desert and let one get away.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, that probably wasn't great.
Well,
Wish to murder him.
yeah.
Okay, so
I wished real hard, but he got away from me. And I'm just,
I mean, I could try to check around with some of the less reputable looking people in the marketplace and see if they know anything about
they
it.
might
Yeah,
know
you
about a
did.
gang of thugs or the people at the front gate where everybody has to pass through. If we could
Yeah.
describe that group, and especially the guy that we know made it away, maybe they'd know.
Very good observation.
I am for this.
Mhm.
So
As long as
another
we-
item for the to-do list.
You know what I think you should do?
Oh, go on.
Split
Yes,
up the
please.
party.
I think you should all spread out throughout the town.
Uh-huh.
With the party,
That's right. Split up. What could go wrong, guys?
Unarmed.
I
entirely
feel
one-on-one.
wise.
Sounds like a plan.
Somebody here wants to kill us. Let's split up.
There's 5 of us and 5 different things we want to do. I mean, it makes perfect sense.
How about this?
I don't understand why this is a bad plan.
All right. Well, we can get this information really fast. Let's just ask about if anybody else came in, and then we can go our separate ways and make friends and whatnot.
Yeah.
Right.
So why don't you go check the guards?
He doesn't really mean make friends.
I do.
Go make friends.
Lies.
So, so, and I can't remember if, honestly, if Govna was if there were other long-term spells that you were trying to cast as well. But you were trying to learn cantrips.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of which,
Yes.
I never looked that up.
It's okay. It's
Let's
okay.
see. Can wizards learn cantrips?
Like, no, you fool. Like, no.
Let's just add a 5e on that request too. Class learns 5 cantrips.
I still like the
Failed
idea
my
of
charm
Tenth
person
level.
tonight.
I still like the idea of
Down here on the couch.
cantrip wizard. A level 20 cantrip wizard.
Let's see.
We'll do it. No, I don't think we're gonna do level 20 for that thing.
I know. I was just thinking it's kind of funny.
I looked and I gotta double check, but I think around 12 is when like the next big jump of really cool things happen.
Oh. Fair enough.
I'm gonna double check through the manuals and see, but I think that's probably where we'll.
I never had a character over 12.
Okay, so these people are talking about this, it basically says that it seems like to these people that these are not official rulings, but that wizards are limited to 5 cantrips ever.
Oh, okay.
At most, and that they can't learn more unless you multi-class, which I have done before, of course, with one of my cases. So like already, Savant, who was going through the maze, the library with you all the other day, he has more than that at 4th level because he's both a wizard and a cleric.
Mhm.
But I think if that's true based on homebrew, that's crap, and so
Okay.
that a wizard should be able to, just like any other, be able to add
Spells to the
cantrips
spell.
to their spell book.
Mm.
But let's see if
Does that make us overpowered though? That's the problem.
I don't think so, because it's not.
It's not nothing really good.
You still can. If you knew every single cantrip, so what?
That's what I'm saying.
So, you know.
I'm trying to be a tool of all shit of trades, to tell the truth. That's honestly that in my minion army is that's what my goal is.
Yeah.
You want to be a tool.
Yeah.
Too late.
Anyway, I mean, I guess the only other thing about that is that I can't remember. Do you actually put cantrips, prepare cantrips for the day?
You don't.
Like you do your other spells? You don't.
Yeah, they're just there, you know.
So that's the only thing, is that if you have, like 14 cantrips,
Then
that you can draw on any of them.
right. That's what I'm saying. Does that make
Anytime.
you too powerful? We can hold off on that, and then I don't know if it's a situation if you can cycle between, like reallocate cantrips. You know what I mean? Like like how warlocks do it.
Here's what I think we should homebrew. That's true. You could do it that way, where you can replace cantrips. What I think you should do is that look at how many you can cast per day, and it will and handle your cantrips separately from the rest of your spells.
Okay.
You might need to use your notes section of your. Here, I'm going to look at my own character sheet here.
I'm on there right now.
So yeah, use notes or something in other or something like that, and you can make a note of your spells. Okay. As far as this is concerned, so Skuza, for instance, at her level, she has 3 cantrips, right, that she can cast. So, if you're, I don't know how your wizard is lined up. If you have 4 or 5 that you can cast right now, or less, or if you have 3, but let's say that you can prepare that many to cast per day, no matter how many cantrips you've learned.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying.
And then you can cast them as many times as you want.
But you just kind of cycle.
When you start out after your rest, you choose that number of cantrips, and those are the ones you have ready to go.
Okay, that's cool. I'm okay with that.
Okay, I like that homebrew plan. Help me not forget that.
Oh no,
Write it down.
I'll remember.
For that matter, I have it right here. I have these Twitch house rules, so that's what we're gonna.
Look at him trying.
We're gonna add that to it at some point.
Look at him get fancy. Look at him chuck. Look at him jive.
By the way, I should remind you of what these house rules are, because they might be good for you. Wizard
wins everything.
Cantrips.
Are there any for the warrior or the barbarian?
Yes. Well,
perhaps
yes.
a magical item.
Yeah, do y'all want to hear? One is inspiration in the moment, which we have been using on a regular basis. That
I've forgotten.
As opposed to giving you inspiration, I mean, not as opposed to, I still sometimes will give you inspiration in general, but if you do something particularly well, when you're taking an action, using a skill, casting a spell, in a particular way, then I might give you inspiration at the time, which would give you advantage in the roll. Second, combat experience conversation, let's see. Oh, that'll give you some time in between each combat round to discuss strategy if you want to. 10 seconds per level that your party is. You can make called shots at a disadvantage if you want to. It'll have an effect It's just a temporary effect, whatever happens. So no called shots don't mean you cut off people's heads, things like that.
Right.
It.
And then there's the prone addendum, which says that when a creature stands up from prone and is adjacent to an enemy, then that creature has disadvantage on its first melee attack roll that round.
Okay.
So
I remember that one.
that's it. And now there's the wizard cantrips one, which I'll have to write out, but I'm going to put it there.
We'll work it out.
So with the called shots, if we can't remove somebody's head, what is the benefit with that?
Depending on what you aim for, then it'll have an effect. So like if you call shot on their main weapon arm, for instance, then they're going to have disadvantages. Sorry, shouldn't use the word disadvantages, because that has a specific
There's only
connotation.
one.
They'll have minuses when they're trying to attack for
Okay.
a short period of time. If you aim for legs, then their movement will be reduced. Maybe their dexterity a little bit. If you aim for the head and hit, then there may be something that's affected, not increased damage, but decreases on their perception and other kinds of things. Maybe a disadvantage to attack for a round as they're dazed a little bit or something. That kind of
Okay.
stuff.
Cool.
Cool.
Yes.
Is it hilarious though?
I'm not gonna. I haven't set those specifically, mainly to allow for if you roll for a disadvantage attack to the head on a called shot and you do 1 point of damage, then I'm just not gonna. It's not gonna do that effect much. But if you if somebody takes a maul to the head for 10 points of damage, then we'll have some conversations about what happens.
Right.
So,
Cool.
all right. So your first thing is y'all traipse down to the checkpoint to have a conversation with the guys down there. Is that right?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, if you guys are up for the
Yeah.
the conversation part first, get that out of the way.
I'm
Yeah.
out for the chase, mate.
Oi, it's the
Oi,
Oh.
blimey.
Hello.
it's the strangers who come back. All right. So
Alright.
so what? I heard you've been in a spot of trouble, right?
We were kind of in
Hey,
and out of it.
You didn't kill nobody, right?
Yet.
Ooh.
Oof.
They're like, what today?
You mean like
I don't know
ever?
anything that's going on. I'm just gonna every time they laugh, I'm just gonna laugh with them.
Oh, that's true. Yes.
Two Shadows pointedly starts to just look away and giggle a little bit.
Are these the same guys that we talked to on our way in?
Yes, mostly.
Okay. So they would
yeah.
remember us anyway.
Yes.
Okay.
Plus, now you're pretty famous. But yes.
Right. And of course they would. They know about that.
Mhm.
Oh dear.
So-
I need to get y'all some babelfish while you're here. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
What's babelfish?
To make you understand
From-
languages.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
good point. I didn't make the
So-
connection.
Yeah. So I say, I'm sure you see a lot of people come through here.
Mhm.
I wanted to know because we have run into people outside of town in the area, and I wanted to know if you'd seen them pass through. And I described that group to the best of my ability. I mean, I had night vision, so I was able to see them. I could
Yes.
describe who the characters were.
Right, and in particular, so they were all of varying races, but the one that you're talking about who ran away, you had seen a couple of times. I think. Had you seen him before? Maybe not. I thought you had seen him before, but maybe just that one time.
You mean
Anyway,
before the fight, or
yeah, before you got into that big fight. But no, it was just that one time. He was a kobold warrior,
okay.
but seemed to move. Oh, that's what I thought about it. What you had run into is you had run into kobolds here in Pravu before.
Oh,
And
right.
they move in this area, in this world, seem to move exceedingly fast. And And so this kobold warrior also fit that same MO in that he had like lots of attacks per round, lightning moves, really hard to hit, and also when he ran away, there was no catching him. So,
Cool guy.
so yes, that's the guy you're describing to these people, because everybody else, there was nobody else. Everybody else was dead.
Yeah, I was just the angle I was going at is in case he didn't remember somebody specific. It was kind of an oddball, diverse group, and if they'd passed through, they would certainly remember this group of guys.
So,
and then I was going to work from there and get specific about that guy.
I see. Okay, so you start about the main group, talking about them, and they start kind of pitching around to each other about who, and then said, you know what? There's so not here in Nagora, but I'm pretty sure that you may be talking about that training team, the group that was out there, out near the desert plains. You know what I'm talking about? And the guys were like going, oh yeah. Okay, so they said, I don't know any names, but I know what you're talking about. They were these guys. They had set up a kind of a camp. They kind of came from all over, but they would get together for weeks on end and do almost nothing but training. There was one guy, God, what was his name? And now I'm gonna literally have to look up his name.
Greg.
There was one guy, Greg.
I'm back.
Clackle. Yeah, Clackle. Yeah.
Oh,
He was the main kind of trainer guy, I think, with them. They all kind of came to learn from him the different training and moves and stuff like that. But if you weren't part of that group, then they were very private about stuff. You kind of gave them wide berth. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So then they kind of come back to address you a little bit. So it's like, does that sound like what you're talking about? They all had different backgrounds, different abilities, but they were all warriors of some kind mostly.
That sounds pretty consistent with the guys we ran into.
Do they have weapons like this?
Did I was gonna say, did I see enough of them in the dark, like with whatever light we had?
Pretty sure
I'd be
we
able to
heard
make
that
an image
name.
of them.
Yes, you would have actually.
Okay.
Let's
So
see.
Try to conjure up an image of that main guy and see.
Okay, so the ones that you, in particular, you got a good view of two of them. You may remember one is the kobold that we were talking about, who got away. Then there was also one really large, orcish looking guy in heavy armor. Was carrying two big swords, almost cleaver-like swords. And you got a pretty good view of him. And he was in the middle, next to, especially the original Greg when he was lit up at that point. And so y'all all got a pretty good view of him.
So yeah, I'll conjure up the kobold guy, I guess. That we saw, and see if that's the one.
All right. Let's see. Go ahead and roll a. Let's say I'm gonna have you do two rolls and have these play off each other. Okay. So the first one that I want is let's go with a perception check, and then the second with not perception. That sucks. Let's just do straight intelligence. And the second one,
Good my memory is.
yeah.
How
And
dare
the second
you.
one is going to be a performance check.
Okay.
Truly embarrassment.
Oh,
Excellent.
well
Okay,
done.
Okay, now here we go. Oh, the hard one.
He may be smart, but
Survey says.
Hey,
Oh,
so
not
you
too
get a
bad.
pretty good, get a pretty good image of these, and enough so your friends, you're
Start
like,
clapping.
oh, that's the dude, and they go, ah, Clackle, right there, yeah.
I know that one.
No, I know his name.
Not the guy, yeah.
Well, what about Crackle and Pop?
So,
Hmm? Well, snap and pop. Sorry. I messed up the joke. Sadness.
We're definitely talking about the same group, it sounds like. Have you seen Clackle pass through here recently?
They all talk about it a little bit, and basically the consensus is that they don't know if they've ever seen Clackle in Nagora, but definitely not in recent days.
Okay.
That's peculiar.
Well,
Have there been a lot of new people coming in since we last were here? Wait, I tell Aya to ask.
Yes. So yeah, assuming that you pass that on.
Yeah.
So they regularly get people who come into the market, like on a pretty regular basis, but most of them just come in for the day and then head out on their way somewhere else if they don't make a long trip of it. As you remember, it only took you about an hour's travel into Nagora once in order to make it to the city here, and so so they said that there have been other strangers in town, but and on a regular basis, not a huge influx recently. Y'all have drawn a lot of attention to yourselves in the fact that there are especially two things. One is that you are outsiders also traveling in a fairly sizable group together, and then of course the murder that happened right after y'all arrived. So
do not forget the murder.
Right.
Yes.
Most of the people, sometimes they'll have strangers come in groups your size, but most of them come in pairs or in groups of 2 to 4 at a time. So yep.
All right, guys. I'm not sure that led us anywhere, but at least we know who we were dealing with.
Yes.
Who we're dealing with,
and we just don't know if he snuck in somehow
and caused some shenanigans.
Is trying to get revenge on us, but still a possibility.
Hey,
but I like your angle of talking to the underworld types in the marketplace and seeing if we could find any more.
Yeah, let's do it.
The tricky part is going to be my inability to talk to them.
Well,
there's that.
We'll see. Maybe we can grab somebody.
We need magicians that can help with that or something.
Yeah, who can talk?
Who can
talk? It's.
I can talk. I'm speaking right now.
The Kratos.
It's a Kratos.
And nobody has tongues. I don't think as a spell. I think
damn it!
I believe we all have tongues. It's the only way we can speak.
Hey,
okay, here's what's
sorry. The literalism of Two Shadows just cracks me up. Okay,
how dare you, sir?
I tell you, this character's hilarious.
Figure something out. We'll see if we can maybe grab somebody.
Look, I have an idea. We need to level up one more level, and then I can learn that spell.
Hey, good idea.
And
I
then
can learn comprehend languages.
Yeah, I just start doing push-ups.
Bet you if you try to just take out all the guards in the city,
just start killing your way.
Take me back to the city.
It might do it.
That's enough
well,
to get us up over the hump.
That's a plan. Yeah. Let us begin. Let's just start chopping at him. I got the idea, boys. What we'll do is...
It is a bloody work, but it is necessary.
A little bit of grinding required, but...
We'll start killing them until we can talk to them.
Yes! It's like, we've done it! We've done it! Everyone's dead. Yeah.
Wow.
Dude, I actually have tongues.
What's that? You do have tongues?
I do, actually. But it's a level 3 spell, and I only got 2 of those. But actually 3
yes.
is
That's right. So you could actually... Can you cast it on other people?
It's touch, yeah.
Yeah, so you can actually give that to...
Give me the
do that.
that plan does work, in other words. If you want.
Give me tongue.
Hey, it's better than killing everyone.
Is it?
Is it though?
He's like, I've come to like this place. Oh my god. Oh man. Well,
What shall we do now?
So let's go to the marketplace and see if I can recruit somebody to help us.
Well, if y'all
You
are
can
doing that,
cast tongues on me. Maybe I can go with like 1 or 2 other people. So we don't
How much
like
time is
completely
how long does this thing last?
disassociate.
Hour. Quick,
I only need it for a few minutes.
Cool. Well, tell you what. I go, well, lads, looks like you guys got this covered. And I just cartwheel out.
Okay. So, where are you headed
Old
to?
Jester style. Oh my god.
Yeah, I'm actually, I'm kind of looking for the graveyard.
Dude, you in this
Oh.
graveyard, bro.
I'm
Dude,
telling
it's
you.
stuff in broad daylight, man.
Oh, I gotta know where it is. I just gotta know where it
That's
is.
true. That's true.
I'm making friends.
Okay, so okay,
It's on the making.
right. Okay, so you separate yourself, like so that you can have that conversation with somebody. Well, you can't have that conversation with somebody. You
I
can't
cannot.
speak their language
Well, that sucks.
unless
I've got a lot of
Unless you try to-
hoofing to do.
you try to encourage, try to win over your resident bard. It's like, no, you know who she really needs tongues is me.
Ooh.
It's like, give me some sugar, baby.
Poor form, sir. Poor form.
Yes. I go, you know
What
what?
would the missus say?
Maybe I just don't know where it is. Maybe I got a whole day. I'm just gonna be, oh, no. I know what I do.
Wander till you find it.
Basically, I'm gonna send out my unseen servant and Greg, not Greg, but Greg,
Right.
and just go look for friends and get back to me.
God.
And I just kind of hop up and I go to the back to the inn. I kind of shut the door, get some books, start studying stuff
Uh-huh.
because they can do little things while I'm away.
I'm thinking the last time we left you alone, you got captured by the city guard.
Well,
Yep.
they can try.
Do that. With just one person.
Well, I have to
You mean-
study.
You mean back in Lantaran? When yes, true. But then remember how well that ended, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'll be fine.
How about,
It'll be fine.
Yeah, it gets too bad. I'll just turn invisible.
oh God. Okay.
Or I could just, you know what? I'll use a spell. I'll go outside the city. I'll go live in my hut.
Yeah,
Either way, I still have to learn this shit.
that's true.
So, I'm just trying to do it like when it's.
I mean, that's
period
fine. I
of-
was just thinking maybe one person wants to go with you.
I
So
mean,
you're not all alone.
I'll be fine. I got a bird. Actually, I might even switch the bird. I don't even know.
You
I'll think
we
about
need- We need sending stones.
I
Dude,
poke
sending
Rolo.
stones.
As soon as you say this, I poke Rolo. I'm like, we must go back. We must
Okay.
go back to the crafter man.
Oh, also one other thing
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
I just want to have the owl
Let's go.
fly over the city because they can have a better bird's eye view and cover a lot of ground too, looking for where possible burial sites are.
Okay.
Not saying that's
so,
I'm going to use them. I just want to know where they
remember,
are.
You can't get a big picture view of the city, obviously, because it's a bunch of tunnels. But they can fly through. Yes.
Yeah.
And your owl is more likely to be able to pull this off. Your unseen servant
Not so much.
is task oriented and can only move has a range of 60 feet away from you.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Well, then I'll
Um,
send the owl out to do it.
The animate dead is a little different in that it can kind of go wherever.
Yeah.
But has a very, very simple brain.
Yes,
The
like the
owl, however,
owl can do it. Well, I'll do the owl
has
do
its
it.
own mind.
That's fine.
And yes.
I'll just have Greg, and
Greg.
yes, it's Greg.
Yes.
Greggy. Raggedy.
They'll just be my guards. How about that? And while I'm trying to
Okay.
learn stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. You
Yeah.
got guards. Okay.
Let's see. Any creature you see with this speed. Hang on a second. If the creature's 60 feet of you.
Oh, I got a plan. Okay, so look. Two shadows.
Okay.
You just when we're going to the market, just have your purse.
What?
Your money.
Oh, his
your
purse.
pouch.
Fancy. Mm.
Make sure it's accessible.
Why would I do this?
I'll hang back.
Extra bulging and jingly.
Why would I do this?
Because I'm going to be hanging back and keeping an eye out, and this is how we will identify people that
You're the
are
honeypot,
less
dude. You're the
reputable.
honeypot.
Yes, you're the honeypot. Have you ever
Yes.
heard of a honeypot?
I have heard of this
That was
You are-
delicious.
you are the
container
honeypot.
of honey sustenance.
Yes, and people like honeypots, right?
You
That's my street name.
do?
So yeah, so somebody will try to steal your honey, and I'll be there to pot them.
I am uncomfortable with this sentiment.
When have I ever
I
led
feel
you
as
wrong,
if-
buddy?
Feel as if you are implementing something sexual and not telling me. Like most of your jokes have been.
Ever led you into danger?
Yes.
I mean, if we're really going to go down this one road,
It's that one time. It was one time, okay? And they were coming after us, okay? It's not my fault. It was not my fault.
This is gonna be the next
That's
buddy cop
gonna be
movie.
that's gonna be on, I swear that's gonna be on Rollo's gravestone.
Friend Rollo.
It wasn't my fault.
It was the wand.
They
It was my
attacking
precious.
us anyway. It's fine.
Or that's even better. They were gonna attack us anyway.
Oh no.
Friend Rollo, I will do this thing for you. But afterwards, you must take me to the craftsman.
No, you're
I
going to
have
the craftsman.
ideas.
That's the thing. You're going to the craftsman.
Oh,
You just go. Just do what you're going to do. Just
Oh.
make sure your money pouch is kind of, nice and visible there.
well, I don't. I what do I put inside my bag, Friend Rollo?
Your money.
I-
It's gotta be convincing.
I do not have much money, Friend Rollo.
This could be the next
Do I put
CW show.
other things inside of the bag? This is all becoming so sudden. I do not like betrayal.
Fill it out with a little. Let's see what we've got here. I think I have some. Where the heck is? Where is it?
I make a lot of noise because it's all dollar bills.
There we go.
Oh.
Dollar.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, I think I
Perhaps
pick up some little copper. I was like, who's got nobody's gonna see it, so who's got like copper and silver? I'll
Oh,
hand them
I
whatever
am-
copper at.
I am flat broke. I can't help
maybe,
you out.
maybe these rocks. I pick up some rocks.
You know what? That's not a bad idea. Yeah. Put them
I shall
in the
put
middle.
Rocks inside of the bag.
Put them like in
Yeah.
the middle of the bag so that the outside looks like coins. You don't want it to look like rocks on the outside.
Is this what you call a man making money moves?
Yes.
Yes.
Because it's so weird.
Very well. I shall put these rocks inside my bag. How do I look? Rich? I visibly puff up. You want some of this money?
Come get some.
Come get some money.
Oh my god.
I have plenty to go around.
Does this look rich?
I have no idea why you decided. But this is hilarious. Okay, so you get back.
Look, Big Shadows can handle himself if something goes down to it. Okay.
Handle these fists, bitch.
Yes. Oh my god.
I am money man.
Yes, money man.
I make the money move. And I start walking down the street. Let's do it.
Oh my god. A quick question: how many hit points do you have, Nat? Is it 60?
Enough.
No. I'm just updating your character on that.
60.
Okay.
60.
Okay, cool. And Tim, you're at 42.
I am.
Okay, thank you. All right, that's it.
So y'all are heading to the market, and
And
just to be
I'm
clear, is
lagging
this-
behind.
Right, you're lagging behind.
Watching,
And Two Shadows is going, of course, looking for the for the salesman who was representing the blacksmith. The rest of you, I assume Aya is going along for translation purposes, right?
Yep. Yeah, I'll be there. Yep.
Okay.
Follow the money man.
I need a maker for these ducats. Bring me to him.
He sounds like a messed up Dalek from Doctor Who.
You ask the lizard man to pretend to do something, you get a lizard man trying to pretend to do something.
Right. This is
Exterminate.
we use Doctor Who Dalek. Yes.
He licks his eyeball.
Yeah. All right. So, first of all, let's go ahead and have Two Shadows roll a performance check.
Oh God.
With advantage, of course.
Of course.
You don't have to.
He puts on a top hat.
Okay.
He puts on a top.
13. Eat it.
Nice. Okay.
What? Well done.
I am debonair.
Okay. I
He has
wouldn't
a
say that,
monocle.
but you don't look broke, so that's good.
My scales look lustrous. Of course they do.
He's dressed up like the Planner's peanut guy. Look
Get
at
monocle.
yes.
So
Scaly eye.
you want to know? So I know the two of you are traveling together. Then is Sucka MC and I guess it's the only other one at this point because now Governor's back at the inn with his entourage.
Yes.
And the owl is kind of randomly. Well, I mean, the owl's pretty smart. Is
checking
maybe
around.
more pointedly looking for.
You know what?
Yeah.
Since we have time.
I'm heading back with Gov.
Cool. No, I was just wondering, would it, since they can't really fly in here, maybe I switch it to like a cat-like thing too. The familiar.
All right, that doesn't happen on a whim.
Yeah, you
No,
gotta,
it takes like an hour.
Time on that.
I'm just saying. No, that's what I'm saying. Like if it's, because I'm just chilling at the crib right now, so.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? And then I can switch him back to owl later. Yeah, I'm laying in the cut, just chilling at the crib. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'll just switch into like a cat-like thing, and then have because he'll be able to dart in and out, and then I'll switch him back to owl later on when I get a chance.
Okay. So right now, the first thing you're doing is
Switching 'em
setting up, and you're performing the ritual right now for
Yeah.
for the familiar. All right. So Sucka MC, you're heading back to the inn as well. Are you is Rollo gonna need tongues at some point along the way, or have you already cast that on him?
I was gonna say.
I'm gonna cast it on him.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, do I have to be around? Let me see. Do I have to concentrate? Let me see.
I don't think so. Oh, concentrate maybe. I don't know.
No.
Let's see. Whoops. Silence. That's not. This totally did not work. Just say.
Service is.
Ball hair.
1 hour. It just says 1 hour.
Oh, good.
Cool. No
Nice.
concentration. Just here, speak, and we walk away. All right.
Nice.
Please.
Speak.
Okay.
Wow.
Quack,
Wait, let me
quack.
see. Anything else I want to do?
I just thought of something.
Yeah.
Hold up.
What?
I stop before I turn around and go, don't they think you are the murderer by the
Me?
Yes, you're the one with the blood.
Oh,
Well,
oh,
so
Clean all that up.
y'all cleaned it up before, so he wasn't identified
All
as
right,
one
good, good,
person
good,
in
good, good,
particular.
good, good. No
At
problem.
least not by anybody that you know.
Okay,
Only
no problem.
we know he's the killer.
Ah, okay.
You
That's
got it.
got it.
Also, I'm gonna cast what is it? Enhance ability on Rollo.
Nice.
Okay. Which enhancement are you gonna do?
Are you good at talking?
Let's see.
Yeah, you're pretty good at it.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at
Cast
it.
it stuff to shadow.
Advantage on the regular test also.
Okay.
That is
charisma
the
advantage,
best
that's
thing
good.
you wish for.
Ah, there you go.
Exterminate.
Too awesome already.
Nice.
Sweet.
What'd you get? Hell
Okay,
yeah.
so you go through the motions. First of all, give him golly. All right, so you go through these elaborate things, and free up his tongue, and you feel this weird tingling, and all of a sudden your mouth and your head are full of these different languages that are going through, but especially the marketplace just. And everybody around you just pings into clear focus, and then he goes through another ritual, and puts his hand on your shoulders, and you feel this this mark of this eagle spread over your entire body, and then and you're like, these fools, all of them around me, they are going to bend to my will.
Nice.
That sounds incredibly accurate. Yeah.
Nice.
He has grown too powerful.
Well, I don't say that out loud.
No,
one of you
fools, these suckers is what you're thinking. Actually, they're gonna bend to my will. Yes.
I'm gonna get these rookie thieves around here. They don't even know.
He's a Kwisatz Haderach.
It's that kind of rock.
Oh, he gets temporary hit points too.
Oh, look at that.
That's awesome.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Keep singing that song.
That's so good.
Damn, bro.
That is pretty good.
He's like, I'll sing you a song, bitch.
Wait, I think that's only if I bear endurance him.
Oh, that's Bear's endurance. You're right. That's
Okay.
just in case that it rolled that for you. Okay,
It's all good.
that is a pretty cool one though. But yes, no, you have the Eagle Splendor on you right now. But both of those are going to last for an hour, by the way.
Okay.
You're very fancy. You gotta
Yes,
go.
so fancy.
Gotta go.
I'm
Okay.
fancy.
All right. So you're walking back behind and just surreptitiously keeping an eye on everything like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then y'all are walking through. You're performing to the best of your ability. Two shadows to look like you're wealthy, as you have this
Best of my ability.
pouch full of rocks plus some coins. enough to be able to rub together anyway.
Look at these
And then,
rocks, bitch.
You must believe in the precious stone paradigm.
Right. And then with Aya next to you, and then yeah, and then meanwhile back in you've got one character performing a ritual to summon a cat, and another one to another one who's just sleeping, I guess. Like, I've done enough.
So
Okay.
I just want to clarify before we roll into the marketplace. I wanted to clarify with Rolo.
Sure.
What's the plan? Do you want me to be alongside him, or do we want him out by himself so that he can be pickpocketed?
Oh,
Yeah, we want him-
yeah.
Yeah, we want him to be pickpocketed, so we'd probably let him go a little ahead.
So before we do, two shadows, but before one of us steps in to help with the negotiations and the language barrier.
Get your hands off of me, peon.
Yes, exactly. You walk
Exactly.
in there by
Perfect.
yourself with all of your importance.
Okay.
And we'll
so
hang back.
basically, yeah. So Aya, you just kind of take a stake out a place to hang out and keep an eye on what's going on. Rollo kind of mingles throughout the crowd, while Two Shadows very boldly strides through the market.
And I want to
Alright.
have my cat on the ground too,
Good. Okay.
so that if we do spy anybody like surveilling Two Shadows, the cat can walk over there and I might be able to hear if they're saying anything.
Can I just switch mine to a weasel, just so it's a little bit different than a cat?
Weasel.
Weasel. I was gonna make it a lizard and see what you would do.
am Weasel.
It's like,
I
look,
wanna-
I've made another one of you, but
I
smaller.
want a rat.
I am baboon.
Yeah, rat's not bad. Actually, you know what? Rat's good. Yeah, you know what? Can I make it a rat? Sorry, Mark.
You've got an hour of game time to decide
figure it
what
out.
it's gonna appear as.
He's like, shall you be a crab, perhaps? What
I
venomous
just like
bat?
imagine somewhere like this familiar slowly like materializing, like in Star Trek, like it's beaming into place.
Mhm.
It just keeps changing shape. It's like
Yeah.
no.
No.
So far, it looks like some sort of
It's
a
a
mimic
goo.
form. That just
Yeah.
he's like he's got a remote control. No,
No.
he's perfect. No,
yeah.
No, it's like a dating app. I keep swiping. I'm like, no, octopus,
Swipe right,
octopus,
swipe right.
octopus, come on!
Just more.
All right, so to the marketplace.
Yes.
So, all right. So everything's going through. You're performing. Let's see. I need. Let's have. Yeah. Aya, go ahead and roll an insight check, and then Rollo roll an insight with advantage.
Oh, advantage.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Well,
Well, hey, we know.
What's this?
Things.
Hey.
Hi,
You're not
numbers.
dummies.
okay.
What's up, bitches? I know this.
So so what there's no sign of any pickpocketing of happening as far as anything's concerned. As
Hold my beer.
he goes through the marketplace. Aya, as you're looking, watching, you have not really got an eye for the underworld and for cagey kind of people or what it looks like, but you know when danger is around and stuff like that. What you're noticing more though is that that you're seeing as people are watching that that the initial plan might not have worked quite as well as you had hoped, because people are definitely paying attention to Two Shadows, but he just cuts a particular figure as he's going through the marketplace. Yes, he looks like generally he has some money on him, but he also looks pretty formidable. And
He's chewing the scenery.
so
I am the scenery.
you and your cat are getting various looks of people who are, people aren't cowering in fear or anything like that, but the few people, the people you run into, you go, okay, that could be one of those kind of thief type people that I keep hearing about, but nobody is approaching him as far as that's concerned.
He looks too rich.
But meanwhile, though, Rollo, with your background, you are getting more of a vibe of specifically some people who are trying to case him in not a bunch, but there are two figures in particular who are on either side of the market. They are both far away from him. So nowhere near, but they seem to be keeping pace with him and just catching glances in his direction. Every once in a while, one of them starts to kind of veer closer, but then seems to think better of it and then walk farther away.
Do I clock these guys at all?
Nope.
Okay, good. Perfect.
Exactly the way we want it. So I want to kind of get up behind one of these guys.
So what you've got you've got a Laurel and Hardy kind of pairing going here. So one is a kind of stocky dwarvish a kind of figure, no beard, but has really shaggy hair going down over his shoulders. That's the one who's been kind of swerving in and out a little bit, and has a little bit of a twitchy nature to him. Another one is a tall, slender, more human figure, but both, of course, as common to this place, with a fiendish kind of vibe to them.
Does one look better than the other at what he's doing?
Huh.
You know what I mean?
Question. Yeah. So, so I think the tall and slender figure seems to carry himself more like the careful sort of figure, and the one that seems to be better at hiding his intentions. You are able to pick them up, but the other one, I think at this point now, even Aya is starting to go, that guy, there's something that may be to that guy that looking about. But Aya, you're just picking him up as somebody who may be a little bit scared of Two Shadows. I'm not sure whether he's actually casing him or not.
So I've got two things. Are there any? Is there any guard presence here in the marketplace?
Yes, there. Let's see. Yeah, there are 4 within the marketplace that you've come across so far.
So that's good for us to know, because we don't want to be starting any shit. Especially we're already under suspicion. But the
Hey,
other
fuck
thing
around
is,
and find out.
I didn't start it.
I will finish it.
I'm gonna physically separate from Rollo.
Uh-huh.
I'm actually gonna send my cat to him as a walkie-talkie.
Good.
Now he
That's
would know
great.
the abilities of my creature in general, right? Which is like if he speaks to it, I would hear and see what the creature hears and sees. So he could
Yes, so
actually coordinate to me.
Yeah, that's if you choose to do that. So am I getting that you're going to kind of set
I
up by a
see.
wall and then go through the cat's perception at that time?
I see. I have to
Well, that's
basically
right, 'cause you
switch
have to
off
s-
to perceive through. So no, I
Yes.
guess I'm not going into that mode immediately, but I'll leave the cat kind of where I could.
So the cat can still convey things back to you in that sense, because the cat's can keep his ears open, so to speak, and to what is going on near Rollo, and Rollo, for that matter. You can speak to the cat anytime you want, and even say, he won't follow your orders, but he might, based on what he's been given. Like if you
Let
tell
me
him,
ask
he'll listen to
this
him.
at the dungeon master's discretion here.
Yeah.
Rollo just got tongues cast on him, right?
Yes.
So in theory, if a cat were to speak to him, he could understand it.
No. So it doesn't allow him to speak to animals.
Yeah.
But
That's a language. That's racist.
Species.
Communication. So I can hear through the cat, but I won't be able to meow at Rollo and have him understand.
Exactly.
Ah.
That's a different
is
spell altogether.
This is horse shit.
Oh,
Right?
Right.
So okay, so here's my
My
thought.
cat lawyer.
No, your communication with your cat is not verbal
Yeah.
when you talk to it. You have a kind of telepathic link, I think.
You have a deeper bond, my friend.
Yeah, I'm
Ride or
trying to look
die,
it up.
me and the
I
cat.
think that's right. Yep. Anyway, yes, Rollo.
Use feelings.
Okay, so I'm gonna. I guess so. If I know all this, I'll. I guess I'll just tell the cat.
Yep. Looks a little weird, but yeah, no.
like,
You can do so without.
Keep an eye on the
Yeah.
big guy with the shaggy hair.
Okay.
And then what I want to do.
That's the
Okay, so,
dwarf one, not the taller one.
right.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Okay, I'm gonna go after the taller one.
Okay.
So I'd like to. Here's my thought.
Mhm.
At one point, where you said he's kind of coming in and out, kind of getting close to maybe making a move.
That's the dwarf one who's more twitchy. Yes.
He's more twitchy. Okay, the other
The other
guy's
one
just
is
sort of
definitely
super.
keeping his distance, and it really takes somebody with your background to even recognize that he is keeping an eye on two shadows.
Maybe he just wants
Okay.
his number.
Could be.
Okay.
You don't know.
Two shadows
he
is not
may have a
available
thing
for
for
relationships. He is working
Okay.
on himself.
So this is what I'll do then. So if the other guy's just sort of
say that.
so the other guy's just sort of supervising almost then, it sounds like. Okay. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna kind of walk up next to the guy and be like, your friend's going about it all wrong.
Nice.
He's this is too many guards around here.
Okay. Let's see. Go ahead and let's do let's play with I'll let you decide on deception or performance at an advantage, because it's going to be charisma. Wait.
Okay.
Get your hand out my
let's see,
pocket.
I mean, I'm not trying to lie to anybody. We'll do performance.
Okay. Nice.
Thank God for advantage.
The guy doesn't even bat an eye and doesn't look your direction. But he does say he better watch himself, or I'll be the one to take him out before the guards get a chance to.
Oh. Interesting.
Yeah, with young trainee, huh? That's always tough.
No, he's actually more experienced than that, but but he's impetuous.
Yeah. Well, hopefully that doesn't get him in trouble.
You know anything about this lizard?
No, is that
Cold drink
I
of
don't
water.
know. He can handle himself if it comes to it. So I don't know. That's the other problem you see is your friend there. If his fingers aren't fleet enough, then that lizard will probably eat him.
Yeah,
Fuck around and find out, bitch. Ready to fuck.
Oh, shit.
I came for bloodshed.
Too much
Two
jibber
Shadows has
jabber.
fully forgotten what he's actually doing.
He has a reptilian brain. He forgets.
He's just going back to what he remembers, man.
Fair enough. Stab now. That.
You hear him go. At this point, he goes, "Whoa, what a day! I might have to call it enough." And that part kind of carries across the crowd. He goes, "It's really careful that it's not." You get the feel like it is a little bit forced, like just
Signal.
just slightly louder than what would be natural for somebody to say, but one where he's just. But it could be anything the rest of the crowd. For most of the people, nobody even hardly turns their head except for the people who are closest to him, like brash kind of guy, and they go back to their shopping and stuff. But immediately Aya, you see your cat has come back to you and delivered a message from Rollo, and you've been watching this shaggy guy. You see him almost just completely turn a 180, a little bit slower than, like really obvious, but just kind of pulls up a little bit, slows down, and then does a U-turn and starts to go to the other side of the market.
The jig is up.
He's peeling off. The tall guy is still near Rollo, right?
Yep.
I'm going to redirect the cat at least to keep, within eye distance of the dwarf.
Okay.
Just to see where he heads.
Sure. Okay, and your instruction, the cat clarifies, once I know a direction, you want me to come back? Or just follow him?
Just keep a distance and find out where he's going.
Okay.
Keep an eye on him. Just don't get yourself in danger.
Got it. All right. The tall guy after that, he glances your direction, says, "You just here for a little shopping, so to speak?"
Yeah, in a way. So something happened. You heard about what happened the other night. Oh, by the way, I'll hold up my hands, palms up, and introduce myself.
Show your badge.
Right? Yeah. And I don't. The thieves do any?
Thieves can't.
Can I do like a thieves can't? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I'll do a little thieves can't at him. It's like, I'm new in town.
You do a few gestures. He looks at you slightly quizzically, and then does a few subtle movements again. These are the kinds of things that you've learned over time that are meant to be movements that anybody might do in a normal thing, but in the right order and sequence, you recognize as a form of communication. And you notice that his are a little bit just slightly off from what you're familiar with. But but enough for you to recognize, almost like somebody speaking to you with an accent in the way. But it definitely you get a confirmation back from him about his background.
Excellent. So I ask if I can buy him a drink.
He wishes to wine and dine him.
Listen, I'm trying to find out a little something about what happened the other day, and I was wondering if I can buy you a drink and pick your brain.
That's
colleague to colleague, just between the two of us.
Understood. That's a little bit too much for too much for what I can go in for. What'll be safe around here? There aren't. It's not safe for us to congregate. If you get what I mean.
Sure.
Anyway, good luck to you. And he starts to saunter off through the crowd.
Listen, if you want to lead the way to somewhere a little more private, I'm sure you're more familiar with the area. I'll trust you as a brother.
This is getting so hot.
Go. This time.
So hot.
This time, roll a persuasion check with no advantage.
Go for it. Come on, you got this.
Come on.
Do it. Damn!
Let's go, boys.
We're all friends here.
Nice.
All right. You for the first time you see him like just stop, kind of dead in his tracks for a moment, and then it's almost like a skip step for a second, and then keeps his movement so that it doesn't draw attention. And he says, Southern Mushroom Farms, 1 hour.
Fair enough.
And then he keeps moving.
All right. So I'll relaxingly walk back and make my way back over to Two Shadows.
Nice
And
spice
pick
up.
up Ayala on the way.
No. I'm sorry. I'm going to change what he says because I missed the geography.
Wait, not a
of
whole
this
hour.
place. He does.
Make it half an hour.
Yeah, you can say make it half hour. Okay, in response. Yeah, he says deal. But he says instead Southern Bazaar is what he says.
Bizarre. Okay.
Yeah.
It's going to be second day in a row dropping shrooms here.
Hell yeah.
Well, there are mushroom farms all over this place,
Yeah.
but the main ones that you've come across were near the boat where the tracks had led you. But there's some up to the northwest.
It's cool, baby.
Some that you've floated past, but yeah, that's Southern Bazaar. Okay.
I'm all about them shrooms, dog.
Okay. All right. So at that point, you let him go. You say they plan for a half hour. Okay.
Yep.
Well done.
You see. Let's see.
I'm not actually sweating in real life here. Don't worry.
So let's see. Let me take a look at something real quick here.
What?
Okay. Aya, at this point, your cat has gone out of sight, but you still feel that it's he or she, by the way, just so I know, if it matters.
Oh,
Yes.
Or is it a non-binary
I'm
cat?
about to say it's like it's Zimzer.
Right.
Why is it got to be one of the... I don't know. Let me think.
It doesn't matter. Okay,
Yeah,
it's-
I'll figure it out, but...
it's you feel like it's still within range for you to be able to telepathically speak with it, or to switch to using its senses at this point. But you can't.
So-
You don't have the ability to track it through your mind. You just know that it's within range, which it would be within 100 feet of you.
Okay. So at this point, obviously he's walked off, and the tall one walked away from Rollo, right?
Right.
So
They
maybe
have not.
we can,
You have not gone in the same direction.
maybe we can sync up real quick with the plan.
Okay.
It identifies as a dog.
Two Shadows, you've done everything you can to flaunt the bag of rocks that you have, and have seen no sign of that. You've made a few passes through the market, but eventually you've come back to where the salesman is that had all the metalworking stuff that you'd come to before. You can't speak to him yet, but you know you have not lost track of Aya in the midst of this either. So
Jangle.
I wish to kill two birds with one stone. I have killed no birds with all the stones in my bag.
Didn't you find your merchant guy yet?
Yeah.
The
That's what I said.
frustration is growing.
Yeah, I thought you met the.
Yeah.
Did I
you were
meet him?
going to
Oh,
your
wait, I
merchant?
have met him?
Did we get that far?
Oh, maybe
I don't think
we
we've gotten that far. He's just said that we haven't met him.
Yes, you came up to him, but you can't.
Oh,
you
okay.
don't know.
You can't speak.
You can't say
Shit.
anything that he'd understand. Yes,
Shit!
but you do know where Aya is. You can see
Use
it.
your
Aya's not
words.
far off.
Friend Aya! I have need of your tongue!
You.
So,
Help me in the
Um,
ways of old.
so let me just sync up with Rollo real quick as these guys are leaving our
Okay.
area.
Okay, so while y'all are walking over, you see two shadows gesticulating wildly for you to come over.
Friend Aya!
But meanwhile, the two of you come together for a moment. Okay.
It's over with the 1 minute, 1 minute gesture. The two guys.
We're number one.
Him visibly inflate.
I'll just I'll go to beat them and we can all go over to see two shadows together, and I'll fill Aya in along the way.
Noise.
Was there anything in particular that you wanted to talk over also at this point?
So,
Like,
So
hey,
I-
I made
I
a
do-
friend.
I do relay that the cat is tracking the dwarf,
Oh, excellent,
and
excellent.
he's still in range. I don't know where they are, but I haven't lost contact. So,
Like, well,
um,
this guy wants to meet us in half an hour, and if it's a trap, then the dwarf will probably be in on it. So it's good that the cat's watching.
so that's the real question: is your understanding with him? Did you feel like you had set up a one-on-one meeting, or does he want us all rolling in there?
Probably not, but you guys we can do something like what we did here. If you guys can kind of hang back a bit, and I'll go on ahead.
Okay. Okay, yeah,
I can
he
just
seems
keep an eye in
pretty-
case
like a
something really
pretty
crazy goes
savvy
down.
Customer, I almost didn't even read him myself.
He's
So I
one of
don't
my
wanna-
people. I think he'll be okay.
No, I just don't want to do anything to tip him off. I expect he's
Oh,
pretty
sure.
observant.
Well, I already approached him, so our cover's blown at this point. So trying to maintain that part of a secret probably isn't very good. Although, wonder
No,
if
I
we
mean,
could
he
find a
doesn't
way to.
really know that I'm with you, or that Two Shadows is with you at this point, right?
He's probably figured out that Two Shadows and I. He may not know about you, but I'm pretty sure he knows about Two Shadows and I. That we know each other. So, and
That
he's probably
relationship.
watching us now. So,
That's possible, depending on how far off your meeting spot is. So, how do you want me to play this? Do you want me to just drop tracking the dwarf, or do you want?
oh no, definitely keep an eye on the dwarf. Yeah.
So that
Because
might mean we're separating
Yeah.
here, depending on where the dwarf goes.
If he goes too far and you have to follow your
You
cat.
get
yeah.
you get a message, by the way, from your cat that is kind of like this. It's going, "Oh, boss, I can't." It's starting to cut out. Just kidding. So it's like I always imagine like static as you're reaching 100 feet. And he says he's about to get on a boat heading north, going out. Do you want me to track along the side, or try to get on, or leave him off at this point?
I'm gonna defer to Rollo. So the dwarf's heading north, which
Oh.
sounds like the opposite of the direction you were told your meeting spot was. Do you want me to?
No, that sounds like
my
he's just
signal's
running
getting
away.
weak.
Conundrum.
That sounds like he's just taken off. Let's go ahead and recall the cat. He'll be better as a lookout when we're doing our meeting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I tell the cat to come back.
All right. Over. Okay. So then
Roger.
all right. So you recon. Okay. Back at the inn.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So you
Wipe.
Yeah. So you're still no. Y'all are still in the middle. You and your friends, Governor, are still in the middle of your ritual. Suck MC, have you just kind of gone to your own room, or did you want to hole up in the same room while Governor's playing with different
dark magics?
Dark magics. That's a good way to put it. Or what?
Yeah, I feel like if we split up, they can kill the two squishiest people there.
Okay.
So,
all right. So you hang out in the room and try not to try to let the odor eventually kind of fade into the background as possible.
Yes.
All right.
I swear, I'm gonna start making I want his costume to have like this gas mask thing now. I think
that's good. Kind of like a cyberpunk.
Yeah. He's like, what?
Okay.
I smelled nothing. It's just Greg.
Yes. Okay. All right. So y'all are doing that. You set up for your next move. Then. All right. So at this point, then the three of y'all, Rollo, Two Shadows. Oh, but wait. Two Shadows not done, right?
No.
Right.
Okay.
Let's let Two Shadows do his
you make that plan, but Two Shadows now is again.
I'm staring intently at the craftsman.
You
I'm
make
not
that
even
plan
looking at
on your way over to where Two Shadows is, and now you've caught up to him over by the booth with the salesman. It's like, my scaly friend. It's good to see you again. I'm sure we can make some pleasant exchanges here. What can I do for you today?
Your gargling noises disgust me every time.
Okay, so that's what you hear him say as you're walking up. Anyway, they both are communicating over each other. But
speak for me to the craftsman.
Oh,
man.
Aya and Rollo both. I'm sorry, you're both able to understand.
Oh, yeah.
And communicate at this point.
You got tongues.
Yeah.
For me, for the craftsman man, I wish to create an object that will make me stronger than actually possible.
Magically.
What have you got?
So how
Say it to the man.
specific-
He will have something for me, possibly.
Okay, I want to make sure I convey your intent as clearly as possible.
I want to be able to. He pulls out a rock from his pocket and be like, "This is a rock. I can pick this up." I then point to God, I don't think we've passed a huge, massive rock or anything, have we?
Let's just say you have.
Okay, I point to the big rock and be like, I want to be able to pick up that rock. Give me that rock.
Did we come to a blacksmith?
So the last time you were here, and I don't know, maybe Aya didn't. You had to Ben because you were helping translate before.
Mm-hmm.
So the last time you were speaking to this guy is that he's not a blacksmith, but he is a salesperson that comes to the market. But he works almost like an assistant and to the blacksmith, but the blacksmith himself doesn't bother coming to the marketplace.
Okay.
And so he handles all the sales here.
All right. And Two Shadows, are you coming with money or with ingredients? Like raw
I come
components?
with everything I have.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try to do my best to convey this to the blacksmith's go-between.
Salesman.
All right, so I need to know what you say, because obviously Two Shadows is speaking to you in very plain, not stupid, just simple terms. Like, here's one rock. I want to be able to pick up that rock. That's what I want to have happen. So what do you say? Do you say that to him, or do you put your own spin on it, or what?
Yeah, I guess I'm going to put my own spin on it and interpret it. My friend here is looking for you to use the skill set that you have at your own discretion to come up with something, and he has funds and he has components that could either be used or traded to craft something for him that will make him more formidable in battle. Whether that be, whether that be tougher, stronger, just he wants to be man plus. in the lizard.
Man, plus.
Okay. So
Plus
our-
ultra, bitch.
That's right.
I want it.
we have our blacksmith. Hang on, let me get his name. Her name, excuse me, is Hobalu. She. Let's see.
I feel sorry for Ben just sitting with me in this stinky ass room.
What's happening? So she's very capable and has both the knowledge herself as well as resources within the city to put together enchantments of various kinds. So she can, if we're talking about, are we talking about things that would be particularly for armor and protection, or are we talking about something that would enhance abilities like strength or health?
Strength, definitely strength.
I think strength is definitely on the table.
Okay.
But
What do they say?
I don't want to be limited by our own imagination. I'd rather, like, you tell me, what can you do?
Sorry, that sounds like a Dilbert cartoon. I'm sorry. So look, all right. So, what kind of components are we talking about that are available here?
I take my bag. Well, no, I don't understand what he's saying. Never mind. Sorry. Go ahead.
So I'll convey that back. So
Okay.
I'll tell Two Shadows basically what I've said, that you want to be stronger, more formidable in battle, that you have money, that you have components for either trade or inclusion in this crafting. So that's where we're at. And he wants to know, do you want better armor? Do you want some sort of enchantment? And maybe showing him your components might be.
He wishes to see the bounty.
I think maybe that would help proceed the conversation.
Indeed. So he's gonna take his bag out. He's gonna dump out all of the demon stuff that he has basically harvested off these demon bodies, and it does not smell good.
No, not at all. So obviously, this draws attention from lots of people.
And
as
like,
this happens.
I hope it's obvious that like it's definitely not off of like some actual like it's not obviously from like a human, but like the demon dragon stuff definitely is not. Yeah.
So what? And I'm also, I have assumed at this point also that while you haven't had the tools and everything like that to keep this in a place where it wouldn't smell horrible, you also didn't just rip it off its bloody body and leave it like that either. So it's in decent shape and also not just hanging with gore. Okay, so unless you intended it to be that way.
Drops the freaking carcass of a head to the dragon. Right. Be like, make it go boom boom.
But so what really obviously draws attention, but just because of the sheer the differences, you've got these various horns and things like that are clattering all over the place, but he kind of moves them to the side in favor of the things from this demon dragon that you've come across, because the scales that you've brought, as well as the teeth and horns from this are sizable, and he's said this is very interesting. I know enough to be able to handle my part of this. Of course, I'm not the professional here, but I am sure that there's things that could be done with this, including the making of weapons and armor. When it comes to something that would grant strength, this could be used for things like particular forms of bracers, or perhaps a belt that might be able to do that. But when it comes to, as opposed to protection, which this would be naturally built for, especially the scales like this, then something could be made fairly straightforward. When it comes to thinking like something that would grant strength, that would take a particularly powerful enchantment, though these items would hold that kind of enchantment very well, and they'd be pretty costly.
How costly are we talking? Oh, wait, never mind.
We'll
Translate for me!
Yeah, we'll translate that.
So I relay that back, and it kind of sounds like, and I can clarify this with the seller, but it sounds like you're kind of going to have to make a decision whether you want these parts to be used as an armor to boost your, your defensive armor abilities, or something like a bracer or a belt, which might be magically enhanced to boost your strength. But what we haven't begun to talk about is the cost, and it doesn't sound like it will be cheap.
We'll debate this, but I have a feeling that what I will bring will be enough. If not, then I shall find a way.
So would you want him to craft armor, or are you really looking for something to boost your strength?
Armor can only get me so far. I am thick enough hide to take most things, but I am just a man. Thing. Lizard.
He hears your conversation. Of course, he doesn't understand what you're saying to each other, because he says, wait. Let me make you a sorry, I'm losing my vocabulary. This guy's got it good. I'm sorry. He speaks smoother than I do. But
the guy in your head's like, "Hey, shut up! I got this.
I got this.
Story of my
I'm better
life.
than this. Come
Jesus.
on." Hey, he says, "Let me make you an offer, just something that I can't make definitive, but a potential offer here. With what you have here, especially from this dragon and demonic beast here, if you were willing to part with all of the items that you have brought here, I think we could fashion a belt or bracers that would enhance strength, and then use the rest of what is left as partial payment for this enchanted item. And then I would say that probably you wouldn't have to add more than about 1,000 gold pieces to that.
Fuck me!
All right, so I'll relay that back.
Mm-hmm.
What is this 1,000 he speaks of? I do not know this number.
Oh.
That's too high.
What? You're telling me?
It's like, let me see how many rocks you have in your bag. It's like that plus 1,000 gold.
Friend Aya, I do not have this money.
Okay, I want to help him out here. I'm gonna bring out of my bag, I got 8 dragon claws and then a flap from the wing of the dragon. So I got more dragon parts to sweeten the deal.
No, this is for you, friend Rolo. You must know. No, we will do this another way. It is okay. We will do this. I pull out the +2 chainmail.
Oh.
And I put this on the table. I'm like, and I look to Aya. I'm like, is this okay?
Sure.
It might be worth more than
you
that.
do not need to lie to me. If you wish to have this thing, I will give this to you.
I'm torn over it because it won't actually increase my defense. It will just take some of the encumbrance off of me.
Right.
So
you're saying that it will be lighter, but not stronger.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So it would be an improvement in one way, but not a deciding factor in battle.
I ask him, do you think even if you take this chess piece and wear it, will we be able to sell your current piece for an equivalent, or will it be be decreased?
I think what you're holding is worth more because it is enchanted.
Fuck balls.
But we could see what these two things would be worth to the merchant.
Okay, very well.
So
I get-
I'm gonna convey that back.
Okay.
To the
So
merchant.
so Rollo, as you're roll an insight check while this conversation's happening. Okay.
Damn.
Ah, y'all are just
Damn,
on
dude.
top of it, man.
Nailing it.
Everything tonight.
So you as soon as he's pulled out this chainmail, which you have this massive pack, these massive.
Dude, I've been carrying a shit ton of stuff. Okay,
Yes, it's true. As soon as that armor has come out, you see his eyes go wide as well, and he starts just he controls himself, but you see him just start to rub his hands together a little bit before he kind of folds them very demurely and goes back to his regular move, his regular posture, and waiting patiently while they're.
I'm gonna in his language, not in Two Shadows, but in whatever. What do they speak there? Primordial? No, it's
No, they're speaking infernal.
yeah. And so in Infernal, because I don't care if Two Shadows. I just say
Yeah.
never mind, guys. He's not gonna go for it. Just let's just go somewhere else. Come on. As soon as I see that, let's pack it up. Pack it up. This guy doesn't want anything. Come on.
He don't want to do business.
Aya, what's your reaction when he says that?
Well, I take it to mean he's trying to play hard to get with the merchant and get an angle here.
Mm-hmm.
But I do want to have a conversation in a language that we all speak common. We all speak
Yes.
something to each other, and
yeah, we all
do.
speak common.
You
these
do speak
people here
common,
don't
yes.
speak that, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I want to say the Two Shadows in common, which I guess is what I've been doing all along.
I'm like, I know common and two other languages.
I think Latin.
So I say to
In
him,
Spanglish.
having said what I did before, if he is only needing 1,000 gold on top of,
So while you're speaking to that, Rollo is also starting to almost reach to start
Yeah.
to shove y'all. Like, we're done here. Yeah, Rollo, go ahead and roll a deception at advantage.
It is at this point that I wish I had given Two Shadows like a webbed crest on his head that could actually go
Oh,
down.
he's 21. Nice.
Damn, dog.
The guy goes,
I've got this place figured out.
wait. No. Listen. We can make this work. And if this armor is on the table, that could significantly decrease the
All of
the
it.
amount that was needed.
Can I make a survival check against this guy? I want to sniff something out.
Okay, what are you trying to do?
I want to smell like a nervousness or anything. Like,
Ah,
I guess that would be more an insight check.
insight. But do you?
I could do insight.
No, but
insight.
I'm trying to remember from your features of lizard folk. Is it? Do you have enhanced smell that allows for tracking and things like that for survival?
Unfortunately, not.
Nah, I wish they would. Okay. Yeah.
It would be,
But I'll let
it would
you.
fit this, Yeah.
I'll let you do that for. But it would be still. I'll let you do that through survival. Yeah.
Survival.
Let's do
Okay.
that.
Everybody says.
Come on, baby boy. Fuck. 12.
What?
Okay. So you're not getting any particular any strong vibes enough to change the scent of the really strong things that you're used to picking up like in combat, or of fear, anger, those kinds of big things enough
Got
to
it.
do that. But you do notice, of course, that when Rollo's gestures of you all leaving, and also at the same time, Aya's kind of just really measured conversation with you being interrupted by this, like, wait, kind of gestures from this guy. He obviously at that point has tipped his hand that he is interested in, at least a little bit, in the armor that you have brought out to show to Aya as a possibility.
I turned to friend Aya, and I'm like, friend Aya, this I feel that maybe this man wants this suit.
He does, but I'm coming to think about this in a different way.
Indeed.
It's way too much compensation for what
I
he's
have
asking.
yes.
Make
My
them monies.
armor, my non-magical armor, were it to be brand new, would be already worth more than he's asking. My armor,
I grow suspicious.
well, naturally, his eyes lit up when he saw something magical. As a group, we would definitely be better selling him my armor and keeping that armor with us than giving up this magical item.
Time for
So
murder.
we shouldn't have showed him the other one in the first place.
Yeah.
Indeed.
It may not have been the best move now that we see, but I think even if we
I can get a really good deal now.
I am
Yeah.
sorry, friend. I have ruined this altercation.
no, there's no way to know how he was going to react.
I shall cut off the tip of my tail in shame. And he sits down and pulls out a knife.
Jesus.
No. Is that going to grow back? Don't do
As
that.
he's doing that, I look at the guy and say, "See now, I look at the salesman guy. See now, look what you've done. Listen,
He's pretty
maybe if
evil.
we can get his belt of strength for, how about an even trade for the armor?
For what armor?
For your armor, magic.
It's still
the magic.
No, your armor, not the magic one. Not...
right. No, but even that, it's worth 1,500. He was asking for 1,000 a minute ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was asking for 1,000 plus all the components.
Right, which we're prepared to give him to make.
No. We'll just keep the components. We'll just trade them for the armor.
Are you sure the
Magic
worth of
armor
the
for
other...
magic belt. Magic item for magic item. That's fair.
But I thought you might want the magic.
Clever.
I thought you want the magic armor because it's lighter
Right,
because
we want to
encumbrance.
retain it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if he will take the plate and just the components to make the belt, is what you're asking?
Let's try that.
For compensation.
Look,
And then we
listen,
can. Do we promise something? I don't think he's going to agree to this. I may have been from a swamp, but
just keep working on your tail. So look,
okay.
my friend here.
you just
Oh
see
my
him put a
God.
leather thong in his mouth. He just starts sawing.
My friend here is
No.
is gonna get very upset if he doesn't get. Look, like we have this beautiful plate armor that my friend here is wearing.
You guys
It's
hear
all
the
these
background.
amazing dragon implements, plus all these amazing dragon components. I'm sure you can get a belt of strength or something like that
Well,
for such great things. I mean, look at this. This is $1,500. This is $2,000 worth of armor right here. 2,000 gold worth of armor right here.
I'm confused.
well, what you're saying, of course, is true. If this fine warrior here had come to us for this suit of armor when it was first made, and also made specifically for her, now for me to take that suit to the blacksmith, then we would practically have
With
to
all
remake it
these
for
beautiful-
anybody. Remake it for anybody. It's little for our purposes. It would be little more than scrap that they could use for remaking for another suit for somebody else.
Can I make a suggestion from the ether?
No,
Oh, man.
You are a dove in the window.
No, I was gonna say just
Speak
don't
when
over
spoken
big
to.
brain this. Don't over big brain this. Just
Yeah, he's not gonna trade
make
for
it
he
more
doesn't want the
difficult.
regular armor. He wants the magic armor.
He
Well,
wants
yeah,
That's
I
what
know.
his eyes.
But that's okay. He doesn't get everything he wants the same way we don't. So
that's funny.
I'm not a blacksmith, but I don't believe that my armor is only worth scrap.
Yes, tell
So-
him.
Girlfriend.
Should I do a perception roll against what he's saying? I understand it would need to be adjusted for someone else's use, but I can't believe that it wouldn't be worth, more than what he's implying.
let's do for you an
Insight.
not perception. No, we'll just do an intelligence check.
Oh. Your brains must be useful. Please be good.
Brains?
Come
What's
on.
No.
Ah!
Oh, that's a save, dude. That's a save.
Oh, good.
Oh, thank God.
Check. Not
It is a save. It's true.
Next is a
It's
3.
not a
Aw,
save.
just a straight check. Yes.
there's still hope for this one.
Be better. I saved you, please.
Exterminate! Exterminate!
What he's saying seems to make a lot of sense to you, and you're not sure that you know better. What your own reasoning feels equally accurate, but you don't really have any basis to put that on. I mean, you do know that when the armor that you have that you picked it up, it took a little bit of adjusting before you were able to put it on, and it still doesn't fit completely well on you. That it pinches and things like that because it wasn't made for you, and it's not magical. So
Okay. Well, I want to discuss it with the group and not leave it to my own lack of knowledge on the topic.
I say we out, say that we are not going to deal, and then come back in a few moments after we've talked about this, maybe.
I think that's smart.
All right.
That
Sounds good.
We're not planning on leaving the city today. We do have another meeting to go to, and us walking away from this deal only works in our benefit, I think.
okay.
I hope so. I wish to lift rocks.
He says, "Okay, wait. So, listen. This is, to be fair. I'll as I said before, all I would have been able to do today here, it would have been make a preliminary offer to you. We would have had to finalize this with what was her name again? Hullabaloo.
Hullabaloo.
Hullabaloo. So I think it would be best. This is with all of this involved that you have a chance to speak with her, and that we get to talk together.
She? Oh, I don't hear this. Never mind.
Yes. If you, how well do you know Nagora at this point?
We can get around if we need to.
We're still newcomers, but we're comfortable here.
Okay. There is a prep school to the south for early education for some of our younger kids in the in artificer kinds of magic, and so over in that prep school on the south side of Nagora is where Hullabaloo has her shop and her main all the iron and stuff like that. Her whole outfit there for her making, and so a lot of the things are made there too. So if you would choose to meet with her, she would not normally like to see, since it's getting later in the day now, that would not necessarily prefer to see people in the evening. But if you would like to come some time tomorrow during the morning, then we can, before I'm setting up in the market, we could have a chance to talk with her together.
Oh,
I think that sounds reasonable.
sounds rude.
What happened?
In the meantime, I will let her know, because I am confident that we can make a deal that is acceptable on both sides.
That's good. If you do end up talking to her before we all meet up, do focus on what kind of a deal you could put together without factoring in that second set of magical armor, because I'm not really sure that the group wants to part with it.
Understood. With enough gold, I'm sure that would be possible.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
So we're leaving?
Yes.
For
We'll
now.
be back. We'll come back.
Okay.
Don't worry.
You're starting to feel, at this point, you're starting to feel a little bit of a time crunch.
Yeah, I was gonna say we need to get to our other thing
Where are we going?
before my tongue wears off.
To the next stakeout.
Bye.
Just push him out.
So you grab grab everything from the front, all this smelly stuff, and start shoving things back into the bags and things like that, and strapping them to your back.
Oh, my shit.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
That's awesome. Okay.
I see some leftover, like, kind of viscera, like a little bit of blood left over from the leather. I lick my thumb and try and rub it out of his counter. And like, it's not doing any. I'm sorry, I have to go.
You see him start to wince, and you just see the placating gestures, like that's okay, just go.
It's okay, jeez. He's like, just go.
Goodbye, friend enchanter.
Indeed.
Wait, wait, what?
What? Huh?
Hey, he heard me! He heard me!
The jig is up.
It was just
I run back to the group.
You just go, and he goes, and it says, he starts moving hand gestures that say, "Thank you," and "Get out of here" at the same time in very pleasant ways.
Bye.
Okay, so I'm gonna say that you, unless you do want to do this in any particular way, you find out where the Southern Bazaar is from talking to a few people, and it's this area down here. The Southern Bazaar, from when you have that conversation, you learn that that they also sell things that's not nearly as decked out as the market. In fact, it tends to be more for people to deal with trades for within Nagora itself, but it has its own kind of nightlife to it as well. That's a little different.
The nightlife. I like to boogie.
Who likes to boogie?
Ooh,
You do, as you're learning that, by the way, you do hear somebody say that the bazaar is right over near the prep school, and so you learn that this area over here, next to the Southern Bazaar here, is the prep school, and that
look at that.
that he was referring
I
to.
can move the map.
But we're closing in more the evening hours for
Yes,
this? Okay, and so that would be the next morning.
right.
Okay. I tell Two Shadows we have a follow-up appointment. No worries.
Okay.
We're
Hey,
playing
Shell.
the long game.
Yes.
Right.
I trust in your leadership, friend Io. I just wish.
I hope I don't fail you.
Okay.
You don't.
So y'all, let's.
I do have a
move
tail
y'all-
now, so I should watch myself.
It's true. All right. So you're coming up to the area
cook it.
here now. You've traversed some area and walked all the way around and come back now, and you come across this stream area, and then you've come over to where and you can see the Southern Bazaar down this pathway here. Okay, so what is your plan here?
Okay. Yeah, I was going to say we're taking steps to hang back, right? We don't want to be with all of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, just within view of me in case, get knocked over the head with a sap or something.
Yeah.
Well, not that I would. I mean, this is me we're talking about.
Yes.
So I'll head down in there.
Okay, so where do you like? Are y'all all heading into the bazaar itself, or are area, or are you kind of
I
the
guess it
two
kind
of
of
y'all?
depends on what the scene is like here. Is there enough people for us to blend in? Is
You're
it
not-
really an active night market, or
You're not seeing that. You see, first of all, there seems to be there are people there, but it's almost like an open area bar at this time of the day, and so there are some people who are doing some trades and stuff like that, but it's a lot more of drinking. You have some people with some people who are have selling food and that kind of stuff, but even just open campfire kinds of things going on there. You see there are obviously, just from a distance, that there are a number of people, but you don't have this major crowd kind of thing like you had in the main market. So from a distance, you're guessing somewhere between
Mark, can you hear me?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Hey, John.
Oh, hey.
Correct
Hey,
me,
look at that.
correct me if I'm wrong. We're
Yeah.
the only ones who don't look like everybody else, right?
That's not necessarily true.
Okay.
You do in one sense that, with the exception of Aya, and then and a little bit with just because of the lizard folk look, he blends in. Two Shadows blends in a little bit more. So you are missing the telltale signs of fiendish blood in you, and so that is a little bit weird, but not way obvious, because there are so many different races present in Nagora.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Yeah, I didn't know. Okay, that was the question. Thank you.
Wait.
John can speak all this stuff.
It's true. Would you like to join this particular part of the party?
Yes.
Over on the south side of town?
Yeah, I was looking for some
Sacerdos?
trinkets, but I couldn't find anything, for the kids. So I might as well come to your all's bazaar.
Sounds
Nice.
good. So yes, so that's the feel of the bazaar as I just described. It's this kind of open area bar. You've got food. You do have the kind of trinket kinds of things, but like I said, it's mostly for people in town. But you've got it does look like a more seedy bunch of people who are hanging out. You from a distance at this point, you're guessing probably less than a couple of dozen. At most that are down in that area right now.
Noise.
Are they all kind of evenly spread out? Is there one place that looks busier than the others?
Not much. I mean, they're in this area down here. They are kind of spread out, and it's these two areas you can tell that have during the day they probably are more set up like booths like you've seen in the main marketplace, but a lot of them are shuttered up during the night, and so a lot of the activity is happening in between them right there.
So here's our major concern is if we want Rollo to be able to walk in as though he came alone and not with a big army of people, this face to face, right, that he's set up. If Rollo really feels like this guy made some connection between him and Two Shadows, right? Then, I mean, if he sees Two Shadows there, it's going to be an issue.
I don't.
Are you saying I can't come?
I'm just trying to figure out what our best play is. I don't know yet.
I think if we all just go in and kind of one at a time go in and get drinks. There seems to be places to eat and drink, sit down at a table, sit and eat and drink, and I'll go find this guy.
Okay.
Just I'll make sure I stay in eye shot.
Okay. Yeah, because I think, by the time we can see him, he can see us. So, like you said, we come in individually, and if he sees Two Shadows and knows he's connected to you, and we're hanging out with him, I think he's going to put it all together.
Yeah.
So we all should stay separate.
Yep.
Sounds
like we'll meander down there a minute or two apart.
Good. Yeah. You want to go first?
I should probably go last so you guys can all be in place by the time I get there.
Okay, fair enough.
Where am I going?
How you start going there just wondering.
You're number 3.
Go get something to eat.
Yeah, we bad. Yeah.
We can just go in and announce our presence with authority.
Okay.
No.
So what order are y'all going in? Are you each going in individually, and then what does that look like to y'all when you go in as well?
Would I be the biggest distraction because of my size?
Not necessarily. So you are you cut the most formidable kind of position, but there are others who are your size too. He's a Goliath. So,
I do not care.
Well, I think me and Sacerdos, it wouldn't be a problem if we were able to talk while we were there, right?
One thing you have to keep in mind, and this I'll let you make this decision about. One thing that's that is significantly different for Aya and Sacerdos is that y'all are the only ones, some of the only ones who are walking through any other part of the town besides the main marketplace with such heavy armor on. Somebody like Rollo who's got leather. There are others who've got leather as well, and then Two Shadows, of course, is just relying on his scales for his main protection. So, and his dexterity. So, well, no, and your constitution, right? Because you're part barbarian, right? Right. This.
I am mighty.
So anyway, so that the armor is a little bit obvious, and but that's up to you, of course, whether to do anything different about that.
In the sense that it draws people's attention.
Yeah, you stick out totally when in the marketplace, less so. I mean, people aren't like looking at you weird because because travelers who come through that might be wearing armor at one point or another, but you still are the only ones, and except for the guards, of course.
Okay, so speaking of the guards, if we're looking at the bazaar going south, what do we see? What do I see like all the way at the back? Are there guards over there? Someone I can go.
So you don't see. It's hard to know what's there right now. I'm saying that you're standing at a pretty distance, and most of your view is blocked by the booths that are shuttered, and so it's hard to know who's in there and who's not.
Send the cat.
Whether there are any guards, you could send the cat.
You can send the cat and just kind of get a read of the room first before we walk in.
Sure. Do you want the cat to kind of just saunter in, like it just kind of belongs there, or do you want to go ahead and deliberately have a stealth move in there?
So let's start with stealth. Why not?
Sure.
It's a cat move.
Yep.
All right.
Go for it.
Stealth check. Oh wait, but not my stealth. Where's
no?
Let me pull up the cat.
Yep.
Cat.
What does your cat see?
Cat stealth. Oh, cat stealth's better than my stealth.
Awesome. Nice. All right. So the cat totally sticks to the shadows and to the underneath the booths and things like that, so let me. And also, again, are you going to be looking through its eyes at this point? Are you going to?
I guess so. Yeah. If we're kind of at that crossroads and there's not like people buzzing around, I'll step off to the side and remote view.
Good. Okay. So you're listening and you're getting an eye on what's going on, and you do get a feel for this. There's this crowd of people there. Just at different tables and some just at places where they've pulled up a stone or two and things like that. It's a very informal kind of place. You see that there are really just about a dozen people around there of varying sizes and races like you've already run into as well. You do notice the tall, slender guy that you have specifically we're here to meet, and as I was saying, there are actually quite a few of the people there who when you take a closer look, that are have some sort of light protection on of some kind of leather or bracers or things like that, and when you look a little bit more, you also see the glint of steel, like they're armed but not obviously so, and but they're just mostly having a good time, swapping stories. There's the occasional trade of money as some people are buying things, but it doesn't look like hardly anybody there, at least from what you're looking at, was there for the purpose of buying something, if that makes sense, other than a drink.
Just informal trades and hanging out kind of thing.
Yes.
So is there any sign of the dwarf from the marketplace earlier?
No, he's not there.
And no sign of Clackle. I'm sure he would stand out to me.
Right. Yes.
Clackle. My Clackle.
Okay. Well, I'll convey that back to the rest of the group.
Okay.
You know, there's nothing odd on the surface detected here. This is like a kind of an informal bar and grill hangout where guys are making, you know, low stakes trades and just having a drink. And there's about a dozen people there, including the guy you're here to meet.
How many, just out of curiosity, walking around, have we seen other people with semi-concealed weapons?
Oh, in town, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, you see a fair amount of people who are armed,
Okay.
but not consistently. And that's a fair question. As you asked that, you kind of assuming you voiced that slightly aloud to Aya. You would you go, yeah, you see the fact it is now that you think about it, there's a much higher percentage of armed people in that place than there are in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say it was kind of a seedier thing, and we are meeting another thief here, so this is kind of where that group meets, I guess.
Just looks like a perfect place for an ambush. Ambush.
Yeah.
So, Rollo, do you want us in there with you, or do you want us to hang back out here?
No, he's got it.
It's all
Go ahead,
outside
Robin.
anyway, you said, right? Yeah.
Call us.
That's great. No, he's got
Call
it.
us if you need some. Yeah, call us if you need it.
You got it covered.
I mean, we could literally hang off on the side of the road and leave the cat there as eyes and ears if things went south, if that would compromise you less.
Oh, that's probably a good idea. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, no, actually, I like our original idea. Let's just keep everybody. I mean, we're not going to be sitting like together, but let's go ahead and have everybody there because I don't need to be waiting 5 minutes for you guys to run up the road.
Yeah, which do you want, first right or second right? And
Nah.
and which booth do we go to? just shout
Cool, man,
louder.
cool.
We'll find you.
Just be cool.
Be cool, man.
Being cool.
Be cool. I know. Two
being-
Shadows knows how to be cool.
Being cool.
So I want to go in. I'm gonna go in and find one of the guys that he was kind of describing, concealed arm, and just sit next to him and buy a drink. And
All
start
right.
up a
So
conversation.
Cacerdos, kind of lumbers your way in, and all eyes and conversation kind of cease for a moment as you enter, and your silhouette enters into the torches and fires around the area, and eventually is like, well, look who we have here, and there's a little bit of laughter, and it's like, and so you walk up to one of these guys and offer to buy him a drink. Is that what you got?
Yeah, I mean they're drinking, like you said, they're kind of spread out and they're kind of having a drink. So
Yeah.
I kind of sit next to one of them and what's good to drink here?
Only the good stuff.
So tell the bartender to grab two, one for me and one for my new friend.
We ain't friends, but I'll take a drink.
Then
All
I
right, so you
guess
get
I'll
some.
need tea right now.
All right, so you get some fire wine, and they serve a couple of mugs up. They look relatively clean, and
Relatively.
and it's definitely strong stuff and has a bite to it, but it's good, as a good pleasing flavor to you as well. Okay. Let's see. It is 11:07. I'm gonna go ahead and say that even though we need to have this meeting, that we have it next time we get together.
Okay.
Ooh,
Man,
that'll
it's
work.
not going to sleep for a week.
I know. All right. Now, just speaking of which, timing-wise, I think when we were doing every other week with regard to Nat, we're off on a week. So is it a possibility that you'd be available next week, Nat?
I could be, yes.
Okay. Well, I mean, you don't have to definitively say yes now. I'm just wondering
I
whether
could be, yes.
to try for it. Okay.
I could do the thing.
Okay. Well, let's try for it. We'll check in with each other about this coming week then. This would be good. I like where this is going, so this is fun. This, which is funny, is this is all happening at that point when the spells were cast. It's all happening within an hour, and that same hour is taking place where the ritual is being cast for rat, weasel, cat to be summoned, and for Sucka MC to just sit back and go, I'm glad they're enjoying my magic, and
Yeah.
it's good.
Oh my god.
By the way, while I was looking things up, so normally I don't bother with spell components, but there's an exception to that, is that when spell components cost something,
Yes.
and continual light, if you were to ever get that worth, that is one of those that does cost, and if you were to ever learn that spell, continual light costs 50 gold pieces every time you cast it.
What?
Damn.
The other thing is that Find Familiar, even when you cast it as a ritual spell, costs, you have to have 10 gold pieces worth of charcoal, incense, and herbs that
Yeah, I
get
read
consumed and burned when you
Oh no.
when
I
you do
stick
that.
back to the owl then. I'm broke.
So those are some things to consider.
Going forward. Gotcha.
I'm gonna say that you already had those components on you this one time if you want to.
And then start from there.
Yes, but just know that that's what you're gonna have until you can get 10 gold pieces worth of this stuff again. So
Yeah. Ooh,
I'm
man.
not gonna be hard and fast about you having to find the, like, I gotta find a merchant somewhere where I can buy this stuff. I'm just gonna say that you can come across it, but it's but just we're gonna deal in straight money for
It's
these
easier that way.
things,
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
for most often. But I'll just say you have it for this time.
Cool.
Go from there.
Yeah, put it this way. I have to start making money now. Like, a lot of money. So,
Well, y'all
Get on
been,
that pole.
since you finally made it to Nagora, y'all have actually found some vendors where you can spend some money and stuff too, and so
yeah. But I spend
Yeah.
all my money learning new spells.
it's true.
So,
That's
I mean,
the thing
being a
about being a
wizard,
wizard,
my
it's
friend.
awesome. Yes.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Just get on that pole.
I know.
That's it.
Ta-da.
I start twerking.
Exactly. Yeah.
Cool.
Okay. I'll try to remember to create magic items for y'all to put your characters, but then again, that was like 3 weeks ago, and I haven't done it since then. So who knows?
It's all good.
What are
Okay.
you gonna do for magic items?
Oh, because you've bought some items
Those
that.
flashlights and
So
stuff
you
like
have the mechanical torches. You have the excuse me. Oof. You have the chromatic bow.
that. Yeah, that thing's cool.
Thing's dope as hell.
Yeah. And I have diamond
What?
eyes.
One of you has a repulsion shield, I think, too, right?
Yep, I got that.
So I need to get those items created and on you because I came up with them, but then I didn't actually ever create them
Yeah.
in the game. So
I have plans for my shield in the future.
Yeah, I do.
Yes.
I do want to look for some like steampunk like goggles for Greg. So
Nice.
because he's got those gems jammed into his eyes. So
that's right. You pulled.
so
Oh, you mean so like steampunk goggles that you could just cover them up with?
yeah.
So the thing about it is that one way or another, he has to even without having actual eyeballs, has to be able to see. So
Aw,
you can't
man.
blindfold him and still have him
Aw.
fight regularly. So
Okay. Well, I just thought it was like he like unleashes his diamond eyes, and then
Wow.
then like he
Yes.
could like it's just like glowing and it looks all creepy and metal, and then I
Okay,
cast
you can
fog.
totally do that.
Gojo.
You can totally do that. I just mean that as soon as you have steampunk, if you do like Cyclops kind of thing where it's like shaded at some points, then he won't be able to see at that point
Got it.
when it's shaded, and you'll have to lead him around with a rope or something.
maybe he has one eye. He's just winking. He's like, hey. Yeah, we'll figure it
That's right,
out.
that's good. So you have a patch. That's the way you go.
Yes.
There you go.
And then I have the familiar be a parrot.
No, a monkey. He can walk him.
No monkeys. No monkeys.
No spiders. That's it.
No monkeys. No spiders.
Spider monkey. The worst thing.
Spider monkey. Oh my god, that's terrifying.
I don't know.
Yeah. Look, obviously you can see where my role playing is going. It's all just all like appearances, and
Oh, guys, I can't. So I want to keep playing. I'm just gonna pass out if I keep trying to play because I love what y'all have done with this already, and I love where it's gonna go next because it's about to get
crazy.
so crazy.
Weird.
Yes.
All right. Can't wait.
Okay.
It's all. We'll do it next
okay.
time. Next time.
And the
almost
thing
there.
is, when I first brought y'all into the world of Pravu, I didn't think at all that it was going to last this long.
Well,
this is one small part of the whole adventure.
wow.
So.
I figured as much.
Oh, great.
That's I figured as much. I figured we were making it longer.
Remember what the adventure is.
Yeah.
Right?
I don't. No, I don't remember.
I don't remember either because I was not there.
Desert, right? It's all I've ever known.
We're just
What
trying
I
to get out.
remember is that you said we were going to be going back and forth from different sets of characters.
Yes.
And
but
I
the
have
thing-
never, it's been like 2 years since I've seen this other
It's
character.
because
Oh my
it's
god.
because ever since we've been playing in 5th edition, you've been in Pravu.
Oh no.
And so
Wait, what's the other character supposed to be from?
Oh no.
Less talk, more
the
action.
other characters are in Land to Run in another dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jam
So-
hand.
Which is also,
Let's go
it's
back to
like,
that lake.
It's like Inception. There's like layers and layers of different dimensions.
Right.
Wait, let's go back to that lake outside of town and jump in.
No.
There you go.
Sad.
Oh man.
It does nothing. Don't do it.
No, nobody listen to me.
Nobody listens to that. Like, right.
To the halfling that's screaming like a banshee. I gotta go back.
Oh no.
Like, no, you don't. Survival.
Yes.
All right.
All right. Get some
I'm gonna
sleep.
try to get a good night's
Okay.
sleep. Y'all
Give us
have
a
a
sleep.
good.
Oh, hey!
This has
Before you
been
run
awesome.
away,
Yeah.
do you have are you
good
free for the
question.
boys tomorrow?
I hope so. I had a horrible night's sleep last night.
Oh,
and
no.
So, if I have a really good one tonight, then I would love to.
Just shoot me a text tomorrow.
Do it.
Yeah, that'd be good. Or you can do
Alright.
the same too if you don't hear from
Okay.
me.
Okay.
Cool.
Alright.
Yeah. Man, I don't even know if I
Alright.
want to use jam hand.
You don't know if you want to?
Jam
Oh, I
hand's so
know,
cool.
'cause I know, but the governor is so awesome. I love that.
I know. That's
But
what I'm saying. I like. It's finally getting to where I want him to be. So.
Yes, it's
Alright.
true.
I will say, Two Shadows is probably my favorite
Shadows
fighter
is
I've ever
awesome.
played.
Yeah. Two
Oh,
Shadows
yeah.
is awesome. Two Shadows is awesome.
He's awesome to role play, not just to
know.
fight with. It's really
I'm-
fun.
I
And
just don't know what you're gonna fucking do for this backstory because, am I like? I have theories of what I'm gonna try and do
uh-huh.
because of how simple his brain is, but at the
Uh-huh.
same time, what he's trying to do.
Yes.
And I just don't know if it's going to be what you go for. I don't know.
Right.
I'm just trying to prep myself for the situation.
Yes. Yeah. Look, I'm just trying to get
Oh,
evil
man.
back into the game.
Yes.
No, it's all good.
If we ever have a downtime where you're not DMing Mark, I do have a game that I would like for you guys to try out called Microscope.
Okay.
And what it is, it's a world building activity where everybody gets to basically play a part in creating a world and its history. And then you can create
Ooh.
characters that occupy that world and play it in 5e.
Interesting. Okay.
So everybody gets to basically play a part in saying, well, we know the beginning and the end
hmm
by discussing it, and then we fill in all the holes and gaps in between, as well as the main players, what happened to them, and all that.
Interesting.
If you've heard of the Quiet Year, it's like that, but a little bit more specific.
What
towards,
are these words you say? Quiet.
I've been
year.
watching some podcasts, and
Yeah.
I watched the Adventure Zone, and
Mhm.
their campaign that they're doing now was based on a Quiet Year, and it was really cool because they basically were like, well, this is what's happening, this is what's going to happen once the year is up, and we have to prepare for it, and them preparing for it and finding all the discoveries and everything
Mhm.
set the stage for the next season that they were doing, and it was like,
Mhm.
oh, this is really cool.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh no! I was typing. Oh, you can hear that? Oops. No, I was
Oh.
writing in the chat. Sorry. Yeah. Jamhand doesn't anything. Jamhand likes to break boards. Kind of worked out pretty good. Yes. Alrighty. Cool. Oh. Oh. Jeez. All right. You guys take care. All right. Have a good one. All right. Good night.